It was a tale of two road trips for the Giants. Dramatic come-from-behind wins in St. Louis started things off right. But three straight losses to the defending world champs at Wrigley ended things on a bad note. Now the Giants return to the city by the bay, look to turn things around against the Braves, and it's coming up next. Giants are back home at their beautiful ballpark, AT&T Park, as we get ready for Giants baseball. This is game one between the Atlanta Braves and the San Francisco Giants. Welcome to NBC Sports Bay Area, powered by Xfinity. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dwayne Kuiper. Alongside me is Mike Krukow. Well, the Giants go 3-4 on this past road trip, and they're disappointed. So they've lost three straight. And what do? Well, you need to start winning at home, and maybe tonight would be a good start.
Well, tonight would be a good start. Matt Cain will take the ball for the Giants, and he's 3-0 with a 1.19 ERA at home this year. Now, those are outstanding numbers. But the one number the Giants absolutely have to improve upon is the amount of runs that they're scoring per game. Coming into tonight's ball game, there's only one team that is scoring fewer runs than the Giants, and that's the Kansas City Royals. So, against these Braves, it'd be a good idea to score some runs because the Braves can hit.
The Braves can hit, and I'm thinking that the Giants are going to have to score 5 tonight to win. All right, we'll see. Stay tuned. We'll take you to our NBC Sports Bay Area studios for an update, and we'll do that right after this.
Northwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. By State Farm. Combine auto and renters and see how much you can save. Talk to an agent today. By the 2017 Jeep Cherokee with an EPA estimated 30 highway miles per gallon. And by California's Great America, new for 2017. Red, White, and Brews, a hometown celebration of Americana food and fun. Select May 27th through 29th and June 3rd through 4th.
Well, your San Francisco Giants coming off another tough road trip where they went 3-4, so they are very glad to be back in the Bay Area, very glad to be facing another team as they welcome in the Atlanta Braves for a 3-game series. Welcome back to our broadcast. I'm Amy Gutierrez. So the Giants just need something good to happen. We think we have a storyline that might set a positive tone this evening. As you all know, it is Orange Friday. The Giants 3-0 this season on Orange Friday games. Those wins have been pretty magical. We're going to take a look back at them. It is our Smart Play brought to you by your California Ford dealers. April 14th against the Rockies, Chris Marrero records his first career Major League home run after hitting 140 dingers in the minors. He was due. April 28th against the Padres, Christian Arroyo breaks a 3-3 tie in the bottom of the 8th, giving the Giants the win. And then May 12th against the Reds, by far the highlight of the season thus far, Buster Posey, 17th inning, walk-off home run. Everybody is happy. Fans, you've got a job tonight, and that is to hope for some more Orange Friday magic as the Giants take on the Braves. Game 1 coming up shortly. We've got Kruk and Kite here. Matt Cain will be on the hill. Lineups and first pitch moments away. Stay with us.
AT&T Park is Matt Cain leading the Giants out of the dugout on this Friday night. Our game time weather is presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Get to the beach. The admission-free boardwalk is open daily. 58 degrees here at the park. You see the winds a bit brisk. Humidity at 62%, and it is partly cloudy. All right, let's take a look at the Braves lineup, and it's brought to you by Southwest Airlines. And it'll go like this. It'll be Inciarte, Phillips, and Nick Markakis, the first three. And Matt Kemp is having a terrific season. Kemp is hitting in the cleanup spot, followed by Matt Adams. Giants just saw Matt Adams in St. Louis, followed by Flowers, Ruiz, and Dansby Swanson, and Jaime Garcia. The veteran that used to pitch for the Cardinals is on the hill.
On the hill tonight for the Giants will be Matt Cain, the 6'3", 230-pound, 32-year-old. In his 12th year at the big league level, this is what he has done at 9 starts, 3-2 with a 4.91 ERA. Especially effective here in the friendly confines of AT&T, where his home ERA is 1.19, and he's 3-0, and he is going to look to try and stop this 3-game slide for the Giants. When you take your bats against them, what you're going to see, a fastball that'll average 87 to 90 in velocity. He will sink and cut that fastball. He's got a curveball, slider, and a changeup, and he'll throw all those pitches at any time. And at times, we think his best specialty pitch is that changeup. It's effective both against righties and lefties. Against the Braves, lifetime 4-2 with a 3.42 ERA. Let's take a look at the defense playing behind Matt Cain, starting in the Giants outfield. From left to right, it'll be Belt, Span, and Ruggiano. Crawford Nunez will patrol the left side of the infield. Arroyo and Posey on the right side, with Joe Panic getting a night off, and Buster Posey. He'll be in the squad, putting down the signs as the beer can regatta is coming to its conclusion.
Shutting her down. So now home plate umpire Jerry Davis is waiting for the 7:15 start, which I guess can be a little frustrating for Matt Cain because he's ready to roll.
He wants to get it and go, but it allows us now to talk about our Nissan keys to the game. Number one, we're going to watch that Posey-Jaime Garcia matchup. Posey 8 for 16 lifetime with a home run, and Cain regained that homegrown feeling. We mentioned his 3-0 record with a 1.19 ERA. Those are our Nissan keys to the game.
So we get started right on time at 7:15. Inciarte hitting at 289 with 5 home runs, 18 driven in. Remember, he is one of the many members of the Diamondbacks that were traded to these Atlanta Braves, and he takes the next pitch high. He's only faced Cain once. He's 1 for 1. So the Braves coming in 5 games under 500, and this is lifted out of play. They are just coming off a 4-game series against the Pirates where they split those 4 games, losing the last 2. Arrived in San Francisco right about the same time the Giants arrived last night from Chicago. Swing and a miss, and that's how this game gets started, on a strikeout to Inciarte.
1-2 count, a perfect curveball right down out of the strike zone low. You try to hit it at home plate, or at least the ground between home and the catcher, and that's exactly where Cain drops that curveball. Could not run up there and put that curveball in a better place when you're ahead to count 1-2.
So here's Brandon Phillips. Phillips, the former Red, hitting at 308 with 3 home runs, 15 runs batted in. By the way, Jerry Davis calling balls and strikes.
See more high strikes with Davis. He likes the belt high. And I do think that he looks for strikes, and you're going to see some corners that are fair and pretty consistent. Pat Hoberg, Rob Drake, Chris Siegel, they round out the foursome tonight.
Out of play.
This Atlanta Braves team could hit. They rank second in the National League, hit 268 as a team, and they've scored 208 runs. The Giants have scored 166. A lot of it has to do with their new ballpark, which is, from what we're hearing, a pretty offensive ball yard.
Hitter friendly.
Hitter friendly. But it doesn't take away from the fact that these guys can hit. They think offensive thoughts when they go to sleep at night.
Here's the 1-2. Hit on the ground to Christian Arroyo, who battles that in between hop. Can relax a little bit more when you're playing on the right side of the diamond on an in-between hop, because you can knock it down and still make the play.
I mean, he doesn't play a lot of second base. You're going to play like that first one of the night. You're thinking they're all going to be that way?
No, you're thinking, well, that's over now. All the rest of the ones are going to be easy. That's if you make the play. If you boot it, yeah, then they're all going to be like that. Here's Nick Markakis. One thing you notice about Markakis is he's never going to have a lot of home runs, but he's always going to have a pretty good batting average. He'll knock in his share of runs. He's got 23. I think the best way to put it with Markakis is he's really just kind of a professional hitter.
Yeah, he uses the whole field. He adjusts within the at bat. He adjusts to the situation. Tough with 2 strikes. All the things what a good pro hitter is.
Drives this one to right, and it's going to sail over the head of Ruggiano. Markakis is going to end up with a 2-out double. First hit of the game. First base runner of the game.
You take a look at the location. They set an outside corner target. It winds up going middle in right at the belt. And Markakis is not the type of hitter that's going to miss a mistake to location like that. Ruggiano, no time. He just turned around and started running to the warning track, knowing that he didn't have a chance to make that play.
Here's Kemp, who played enough games in a Dodger uniform where he's going to get some boos. 338, 8 home runs, 27 driven in. He's had 61 lifetime at bats against Matt Cain. There's a strike. He's got 5 doubles and 4 home runs lifetime, 15 for 61. That's not average ownage, that's extra base ownage. Lifted out to Belt, and that'll end the inning. No runs, a double, 1 left. Giants are coming up, and that means Denard Span's going to hit first. Now the lineup that'll be facing Jaime Garcia looks like this. It'll be Span, Nunez, and Brandon Belt, then Buster Posey, the cleanup hitter, followed by Ruggiano, then Crawford. See what he's done against the Braves in the last home games. It'll be Hundley, Christian Arroyo, and that's Matt Cain, and that's our Giants lineup brought to you by Southwest Airlines.
On the hill tonight for the Atlanta Braves was going to be the veteran Jaime Garcia. 30 years of age, 6'2", 215-pounder, and in his 9th year at the big league level. This is what he has done, 1-3 with a 4.07 ERA. When you take your bats against him, you're going to see a sinking fastball that can go low 90s, and he can get some ground balls. His last outing was especially good with the sinker. You see what the league's hitting against that fastball, 195. He's also throwing a lot of changeups, but he will use the breaking balls. I mean, he'll use the pitches he has. Against the Giants, 3-1 lifetime with a 2.88 ERA.
So here's Denard Span. Span hitting at 257 with 3 home runs, 9 runs batted in. And he takes just a bit high, 1 ball and no strikes. Giants came out of the gate pretty well offensively against the Cardinals, and then once they hit Chicago, everything cooled off. Span takes a strike. Denard Span on the trip went 5 for 22, and he did have a home run. Nunez on deck, just underway here at AT&T Park on this Friday night. Breaks his bat to Phillips. Phillips on to Adams. 1 out.
Let's take a look at that Atlanta Braves defense starting their outfield. From left to right, it'll be Kemp, Inciarte, and Markakis. Good arms on the corner with Kemp and Markakis. Swanson and Ruiz on the left side of the infield. First chance we're going to see Rio Ruiz. Phillips and Adams on the right side. Tyler Flowers, he'll be in the squad, putting down the signs.
Here's Nunez. Nunez had a good trip. So he's got his average up to 277. He's 0 for 3 in his career against Garcia, and he swings and misses, and it's 0-1.
Let's take a look at the motion of Jaime Garcia. It's our Exmo brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. Very small take back step, high leg kick, plant that front step and get your arm right over the toe with your release point. And from a high 3/4, he gets good sink and he gets good tilt on his curveball and his slider. A lot of what he throws is going to wind up down around the knees with its movement, and that's his strength.
Oh, and 2 to Nunez. Fouls it back. I mentioned Nunez had a good trip. He hit 375 on the trip. He was 9 for 24.
He's hot, 11-game hitting streak. And during those 11 games, hit 364. But it was a matter of time. I mean, he was just really looking for a swing a lot of the early part of the season. And he's got one now.
Taps it slowly to third. Charging is Ruiz, and Nunez beats it out.
And when you're hot, you get hits like that. That's a hit he couldn't find in April. So he extends his hitting streak to 12 games, and with his speed, I mean, and Rio Ruiz does not have a particularly strong arm. As a rookie making a throw he probably didn't need to make, but nevertheless, it's a knock and an extended hitting streak. Let's watch him go down the first baseline. Literally runs out of his helmet. Matt Kemp style.
So here's Belt. Belt on the trip hit 321, 9 for 28. He's 3 for 7 in his career against Jaime Garcia. And he fouls it back. No overshift. We watched the Cardinals. They did not overshift on Belt. And there were times the Cubs didn't do it, and the Braves are not doing it here.
I mean, if you're Brandon Belt, he's got to think like this is Christmas Day.
Buster Posey on deck. Belt fouls it down the left field line and out of play.
Brandon Belt used to seeing 3 guys on the right side of the infield, and with Matt Adams, the big first baseman for the Braves, holding on Nunez, I mean, it looks like there's one guy over there, and that's Brandon Phillips.
Yeah, watch Crawford or watch Belt now hit a ground ball right at Swanson. Where for 3 years it'd be a hit, here it'd be a double play.
If that happens, he'll take a bite out of his helmet.
Got him.
Good curveball. Let's think about Garcia. I mean, he's known really for the sinker. But his specialty pitches, when he locks them in, they can be very, very good. See the fastballs, he just attacked it with 292-mile-an-hour fastballs, got ahead 0-2, and then dropped the first breaking ball of the at-bat on him and put it below the zone, got him to fish.
So here's Buster Posey. Buster at 345 with 7 home runs, 11 driven in. Nunez goes. There's a strike. The throw is not going to be in time.
You're going to see the Giants be very aggressive because Tyler Flowers, the catcher for the Braves, does not have a good arm. It really puts a lot of pressure on whoever is on the mound to try and be especially quick out of the stretch to try and help out the catcher with a high leg kick that time for Garcia and the below average throwing arm of Flowers. This is a mismatch. That's one of the best jumps we've seen all year.
And the pitch to Buster Posey was indeed a strike. Now Posey's got some ownage on Garcia. He's 8 for 16. And a bouncing ball, and Phillips playing Posey to pull is going to throw him out, and that'll end the inning. After 1, 0-0. Series. It'll be Monday through Wednesday. Tickets starting as low as $9, and you can join us on Memorial Day at 1:05. Tuesday and Wednesday 7:15. Tickets always available at sfgiants.com. Here's Matt Adams. It'll be Adams, Tyler Flowers, and then Ruiz. No score here in the second, and there's a call strike to Adams.
Looks completely different in a Braves uni than he did with the Cardinals.
Well, yeah, the fact that he's about 40 pounds lighter too.
They don't recognize this guy, but he's gotten out to a great start with the Braves.
I mean, I feel bad for Adams. I mean, he may feel like, well, maybe the Cardinals like me being fat because I lose all this weight and I'm gone.
Well, I think the thought crossed his mind.
He's in a good spot. I mean, he's going to play all the time until Freddie Freeman comes back.
Freeman had his wrist broken, being hit by a pitch. He's going to be out 8 to 10 weeks.
It's another guy.
Yeah, I don't even recognize him. Ooh, that's strike 3, and Kane wanted that one. Little front door two-seamer. Think about Jerry Davis. I mean, you know, there was some that you won't get, some you will get. It kind of evens out.
Lifted to deep left field, and Belt is going to track it down. Let's check in with Amy G.
All right, gentlemen, I've got a roster move and some injury updates. The Giants today activating infielder Aaron Hill from the disabled list, and they have optioned reliever Stephen Okert back to AAA. Connor Gillespie with AAA right now, doing very well. Bruce Bochy saying very likely he'll be activated on this homestand. And good news for Madison Bumgarner, he is scheduled to play catch on this homestand, and that could be big, guys.
Wow, that is good news.
That's exciting news.
Geez, Amy breaking out. Good news, Amy, right off the bat.
Yeah, let's go on good news, Amer. the gamer.
There's a call strike to Tyler Flowers. Flowers at 344 with a couple of home runs, 14 runs batted in. And a pretty good breaking ball that just misses. On deck is Rio Ruiz.
Next, to always have an issue with Jerry Davis early in the game throwing curveballs that didn't get called, and it's almost like he quits on them the first couple he sees. Here he adjusts to it, but that last curveball prior to that pitch I thought was a pretty good pitch.
Well, that tells me one thing about Jerry Davis. One of the reasons he's an umpire is he couldn't hit a curveball when he played.
Yeah, I think that's a good point.
I mean, it's really why Eddie Montague became an umpire. He couldn't hit a fastball.
Yeah, that'll make you an umpire quick.
Line drive, base hit. So Flowers shoots one to right.
But Jerry Davis, a good umpire, been doing it a long time. And you know, the thing I like about umpires, especially the old guys who've been doing it 25, 30 years, they don't let games get out of control. And that is one of the strong points of Jerry Davis. He runs a good ship.
So here's Ruiz. Came over from the Astros in January of 2015. Swing and a miss. Had a cup of coffee last year. 7 at bats, a couple of hits in the big leagues. But he's had some pretty good years in the minor leagues. As many as 12 home runs one year.
Well, the Braves' regular third baseman, Adonis Garcia, is on the DL, so they're going to give this kid a chance, see what he can do. They like him.
He's from Covina, California. You know where that is?
Absolutely. They were in our league. Not too far, just a little east of Pasadena.
And a call strike, 1-2. I want you to know that all these years I've been doing it, if I've asked you about any city in California, you've never said you don't know where it is. So
well,
either you're like the Rand McNally of California kids. Pitches high, 2-2, or just a few times you fudged it a little bit.
Well, you get north up around the Oregon border, and I'm a little gray up there. But hey, same thing with you in Wisconsin. I mean,
no, it's not true.
I mean, you know,
I'm a Wisconsin guy that's never been to Green Bay.
But you know where it is. Madison, Oshkosh. I mean, you could tell me right where those places are.
2-2. Runner goes. Tapped to Posey. Posey will flip it to King. That'll bring up Swanson with first base open.
It's a little perfect underhand flip from Posey. You know, one thing about Buster Posey, when he comes out of the squat and goes from the catching position to the first base position, you know, you never feel like he's a catcher playing first base.
No, he becomes a really good first baseman.
He never gives you the feeling that he's out of position. And that's the best way to compliment a guy.
Curveball, foul right past Jaime Garcia.
Eddie Perez, first base coach. And Ron Washington, the third base coach for the Braves.
Yeah, we know those guys. Kane looking into Nick Hundley. Popped out of play. 0-2. Kevin Seitzer is the Braves hitting coach. guy's got it going.
I've never seen that hat. It is Star Wars night tonight, and that guy's feeling it.
Huge lead at second. And he got him, and that'll end the inning. Second strikeout for Kane. Ruggiano to hit first.
By clean, crisp Coors Light 2017, the Major League Baseball lowest percentage of runs scored via the home run. Well, the Red Sox, they would lead the pack, and right behind them, the Giants, and right behind them, the Atlanta Braves. So, the Sox, Giants, Braves, Cardinals, and Dodgers, lowest percentage of runs scored by way of the home run.
Happy family here looking for a couple of home runs tonight hit by the Giants. Here's Ruggiano, Crawford, and then Hundley against Jaime Garcia. And the Braves lefty looks into Tyler Flowers in the first pitch, and Ruggiano takes outside for a ball. Ruggiano played quite a bit on this past road trip. He went 3 for 16. And the lefty throws, and it's high. 2 balls and no strikes. Here's the pitch. Swinging a roller foul.
Our ball dude down the third base line tonight, David Schwartz, getting a little action. We saw him before the game and said, "You're going to get one play and that's it." He almost started crying.
Here's the 2-1 pitch coming up to Ruggiano. Fouled out of play, 2-2. So.
There's David Schwartz. And Killer Kowalski, veteran of many fantasy camps the Giants have. Steve Kowalski, born to sit on that stool.
Good man. They both are. Tap to third where Ruiz is charging. 1 out. Here's Crawford.
Not uncommon to see a lot of ground balls off of Jaime Garcia, the pitcher for the Braves. When he's on, that's what you're going to get. So how do you hit a guy with a good sinker? Like JT Snow used to say, look up.
Crawford at 273. Crawford on the trip went 9 for 28. That's at a 321 clip. And he takes very high against Jaime Garcia. He's only had 8 at bats lifetime, and he's 2 for 8. Healthy rip and a foul back. Yeah. Think they went to the dugout store?
I think they had a ball in the dugout store. Good looking bunch right there. And they got their Orange Friday smiles on. That a bit.
1 ball and 1 strike to Brandon Crawford with Hundley on deck. 1 and 2.
It all starts with Mom. If she's on board, everybody's on board.
Absolutely. Crawford shoots this one into the seats, first row of the club level.
Heads up. That thing had some fuzz on it. See, if you bring your glove, you're not looking for an ice bag for your hand.
Yeah, you wouldn't have a bruise. And another 1-2 to Crawford. And Crawford rolls this one to Phillips. Phillips will make the play, 2 outs.
Oh, let's take a look at the foul ball that went into the second level. Hey, he earned it the hard way.
He did. He knocked it down and it rolled right back to him.
That was a bullet. Look at, guys, look at the ball. It's got skin on it.
Hundley hitting at 240. He's had 8 at bats against Garcia with 1 hit. And he takes high. 1 ball and no strikes. Hundley trying to get on for Christian Arroyo, who's on deck. There's the kid. Down low. 2 balls and a strike. Garcia. This will be his 9th start of the year, so he hasn't missed any. As he looks into Tyler Flowers. And Hundley takes high and away, 3-1.
The movement on the fastball from Garcia, if you're hitting it from the right side, it's got a little tail that runs so flat away from you. If you see a pitch up around the belt, when it's down around the knees, it's going to run away from you, but it's going to have some bite and some sink. And you're going to top a lot of balls. The approach you have, if you're hitting from the right side, is you try and think the opposite way. You're trying to take that movement on the fastball and go to right with it. 195 opponent average versus the fastball is 6th lowest in the major league, so that's in 100 plate appearance. Just tells you a lot of guys don't do a whole lot but beat that ball into the ground.
Out of play again. Outfield for the Braves are playing Hundley to hit the ball the other way.
That's a very conservative defensive set right there.
And that'll end the inning. We played 2 innings here at AT&T Park. No score, but 1 bruised hand.
NBC Sports Bay Area is brought to you by Toyota, the full-line automaker with the longest-lasting vehicles in America. Toyota, let's go places.
Here at AT&T Park on a Friday night, it's a 0-0 ball game. It'll be Garcia to hit first. Garcia hitting at .091. He's 1 for 11, but if I recall, he swings the bat pretty well.
He's got a pretty good hack. I think he's a low ball hitter too.
And Kane starts him off with a strike, and it's 0-1. Ciarte and then Phillips here in the third. Tapped foul. It's 0-2. Outfield shallow for Jaime Garcia, as you would expect. Taps this one slowly to Arroyo, and he will underhand it to Posey.
Ender Inciarte is up next. This is his first at bat. Watch Nick Hundley pointing to the plate. This is a 1-2 count. He says, bounce that thing. That's what that finger means, and he'll slap the ground with his glove. Give me it right here. 1-2 count. And that's exactly where Matt Cain puts the baseball, and he gets a strikeout.
So sometimes pitchers do listen.
Yeah. But you know, I mean, Matt Cain's in his 12th year. I mean, he knows what he's trying to do with a 2-strike curveball.
It's just a reminder.
But I like catchers that do that. That little hand action right there just zooms your concentration to the matter at hand.
What if you went out to the front of the plate, if you were Hundley, and just drew a little circle, and then say, well, that's where I want you to, you know, it's like a guy helping someone line up a putt, right here.
Yeah, well, I mean, you could do that. 1.19 ERA for Matt Cain here.
Buster Posey is going to wrestle this one, and that'll be out number 2.
Well, tell me what Buster's thinking when this ball's coming to him, because he smothered that with his body.
Yeah, as soon as it's hit, it's like, well, this is a nice easy one, and then you start looking at the hops and you realize that you're going to get an in-betweener. And what do? You just go down like a catcher and block it.
Exactly what he did. He went from a first baseman to a catcher right here. Yep, I got it.
So here's Phillips. Phillips rolled out to Arroyo in the first inning. Curveball down low, 1 ball and no strikes, no score. Friday night here at the corner of 3rd and King. Giants are glad to be home.
Pretty elite club that Brandon Phillips is in. Over 200 homers, over 200 stolen bases. I mean, isn't that the ultimate compliment, though? If you have both power and speed.
And Gold Gloves. Well, he went from a great hitter's park to, they're telling us, an even greater hitter's park. Tapped right back to Kane. And that'll end the inning. Nice play, Matt Cain. For the Giants, Arroyo's going to lead things off.
Time for our McDonald's True Stories. On this date, 1966 at Candlestick Park. And that's when Juan Marichal pitched a 14-inning shutout against the Phillies. 6 hits allowed, 1 walk, 10 strikeouts. Giants won 1-0 in that game on a Bob Barton sac fly. Scored Jimmy Davenport at the bottom of the 14th. It was Marichal's second longest outing of his career. The longest, as you will remember, the most famous game, a 16-inning complete win against Warren Spahn in 1963.
Here's Christian Arroyo. And the first pitch to Arroyo is outside and high. Here's what happened to Arroyo on the road trip. He started out, remember, he got the big hit on that Saturday night to beat the Cardinals. But his last 18 at bats, he's hitless. It's 2-0. 6 for his last 49.
Well, he's on the interstate hitting a $191. And there is concern.
Skies this one out to right field, and that'll be Markakis.
We talked about the body of Matt Adams. This is last year against the Giants. A great play. He spears. They get the double play, but look at the body on him. I mean, he's a big fella. And this year, he comes back and he has shed some pounds. He's a lot thinner. He's got bigger range at first base. I mean, he's just a different looking guy. The tats are a little longer on the left arm.
Here's Kane, who takes high. That's got to be 40 pounds.
That's a lot.
Down the left field line, foul. I wonder how he got my address when he sent those pounds to my house.
Is that where those pounds went?
Yeah, so at least 20 of them did.
Well, that was very nice of you to pick up those pounds you lost.
Send them to Joe Simpson.
They got to go someplace.
Or send him to McCarver. He was with the Cardinals when he lost the weight. Send him to Mike Shannon. Kane takes one right down Broadway. 1-2.
He was not looking for a fastball in that 0-1 count or 1-1 count.
And another. Two quick outs, and here's Span.
Well, it is that time of year. Starting to see a few graduates. And if you're going to celebrate graduation, what better place to spend your celebration than right here?
Here's Span. Span rolled out to the second baseman Phillips to open up the bottom of the first. Takes a strike on the outside corner. And he is on deck. Here's pitch number 38. 0-2.
One thing Garcia does that really helps himself out, and I think it's what you strive to do if for every pitcher, but especially if you're a ground ball guy like Garcia is. You watch the position that he is in after he throws the ball. He's in a very good position to field his position.
He's waiting on Denard Span to get back into the box. And now Garcia making Span wait. So a little cat and mouse game here. Span asked for time.
And Garcia was going to do that on purpose. He was going to stand there a long time, hoping that Span would step out.
One and two.
Like two cats in one cat box.
Yep. Span trying to get on for Nunez. And he'll bounce this one to Swanson, and that'll end the inning. Got the beef coming up. Markakis, Kemp, and Adams. It's 0-0. Fans are going to receive a Giants car flag presented by CarMax. It'll be the Giants and the Braves. 7:05 start. Tickets available sfgiants.com. Car flag, awesome. Right outside the ballpark. Folks headed into the city. Some folks headed home. It is Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah, a lot of people on the road today.
Some took the day off. Others, businesses, let their employees leave a little early. Markakis takes high. 1 ball and no strikes. There's a called strike. Matt Kemp is on deck. Tried to backdoor him, and Jerry Davis said, "No, I don't think so."
Just a bit outside.
Drives this one to right, and Ruggiano got a good jump on it. All right, ABG, what's up?
All right, guys, very popular night here tonight. Star Wars night. This is the giveaway baseball with Madison Bumgarner as a Jedi. He's probably used a few Jedi tricks in years past, like you will swing at that pitch. Very popular here. Everybody very excited because it's the 40th anniversary of the iconic film. Lots of fans dressed up. Of course, this cool giveaway. And all night long, the scoreboard will have Star Wars themed entertainment. The players dressed as Jedis, etc. It's just fun. And then afterwards, fireworks to Star Wars themed music. Good time had by all. Dwayne?
Yeah, it looks like it. Although, I don't know if I could watch a game with something like that on my head for 9 innings. I gotta tell you.
You got to be committed.
Kemp hit a fly ball to the left that Belt tracked down in the first. Haynes lets that pitch sail outside. 1 ball and 1 strike.
But we've seen the Star Wars theme around baseball, and Star Wars fans, we see some remarkable costumes. Remarkable costumes.
Hit on the ground to Posey, and it shoots by Buster Posey for a base hit. Buster stabbed at it. Well, you flip a ball. during every game, and I'm surprised that you don't have one of those Star Wars balls.
I know. I need to get one of those.
I know. Here's Adams. Adams hit a fly ball to left. Belt ran down. On the ground and a base hit. So that is going to move Kemp to third. So that'll put runners at the corners with just one out. Sometimes it just looks too easy. It really does.
Well, the good news is you're getting ground balls. The bad news is they're finding holes. Change up, out, over. And really not a whole lot that Buster could do. Kemp knew from the get-go, once that ball got by him, it was going to be an easy take at third base.
Flowers singled to right field in the second.
Has hit into 2 double plays in 91 at bats.
Yeah, that's right. Kane now looking for a ground ball to Crawford, and he starts him off with a call strike.
But the double play is something that has really plagued the Braves offensively. You see the number 49 double plays they've hit into as a team, and that is the most in the National League.
Trying to get Flowers to swing at that pitch, which sometimes the best you can do is roll it over.
A two-seam fastball down around the knees is your best weapon to get a ground ball. And Kane is throwing 2 of those in the last 2 pitches.
Hit on the ground to Nunez. Nunez to Arroyo. Arroyo to Posey. Got him. Double play around the horn. Nunez, Belt, Posey coming up.
That's the big leagues.
Kelly Moore Paints. Go where the pros go. Kelly Moore, the painter's paint store. By California's Great America. New for 2017, Red, White, and Brews. A hometown celebration of Americana food and fun. Select May 27th through 29th and June 3rd through 4th. And by the Craftsman of Commerce at Pitney Bowes, helping U.S. online retailers expand globally.
What a beautiful shot that is. Here it's 0-0. We live here. Isn't that great?
It's almost, you know, and it's almost like we're seeing the Golden Gate Bridge for the first time because we haven't seen that angle, that shot.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Here's Nunez, who as the only hit for the Giants, and that was an infield hit off of Jaime Garcia. Belt and then Posey. And the pitch. And it's high. 1 ball and no strikes.
First pitch changeup. He hasn't thrown many of those today. You're not going to go up there and look for anything but a sinker early in the count against Garcia.
New picture or a new shot like that of the Golden Gate Bridge is like when someone comes up with a new shot of Willie Mays that we haven't seen.
That's true.
You know, it just kind of grabs your attention and you hold on to it for a while.
Or an old ballpark.
Hit out into right center field. Inciarte got a good jump, and now it hangs up for the out.
Inciarte has outstanding range in the outfield. He covers a lot of ground.
So here's Belt.
Recently saw a picture of the Polo Grounds that I had never seen before. It was cool because you're looking from behind the ballpark and you're looking in the direction towards Yankee Stadium. You can see how close Yankee Stadium was to the Polo Grounds.
Here's Belt. He rolls this one to Phillips. Phillips will make the play.
But right now it's time for our Jeep drive of the game. We go back to September of last year. Giants taking on the Cardinals. Buster Posey against Garcia, and he takes a sinker that was up and loses it. And that was our Jeep drive of the game then, and it's our Jeep drive of the game tonight.
Buster bounced out to second in the first inning. Takes inside, 1 ball and no strikes. Good seat. That's a fair ball. On deck is Ruggiano. So skies this one to center field. It's in the park to Inciarte. And that'll end the inning. So 6-pitch inning for Garcia. That completes 4 innings, and it remains 0-0. On the Nationals on Memorial Day. Be sure to arrive early and pick up your Giants cooler bag, and it's presented by PG&E. Also, you can see Former Giants pitcher Barry Zito, longtime supporter of our military and their families, take part in a pregame ceremony as they honor those who have served and are currently serving our country. sfgiants.com. Here's Ruiz to lead things off against Matt Cain. So we got a pitcher's duel here at AT&T Park, and it's no balls and 1 strike. High to Ruiz. Ruiz bounced out to Buster Posey in the second. Here he lifts this one high down the left field line. Belt a long run, and he makes the adjustment and he makes the catch. We see Belt on pop-ups when he's at first base, and he's really good at pop-ups. So the fact that he handles left field pretty well shouldn't surprise us.
Well, he's a good athlete, and they didn't really have him play very close to the line. He shows pretty good range here for a big man. And when you get over toward the foul lines on both sides of this field, you're going to get some personality right at the end of the play. It's very easy to overrun a play like this if you're not used to taking a lot of fly balls. And Belt staying with it.
So here's Swanson. Swanson struck out looking in the second. And he takes a called strike.
You know, when you play a position like first base every day, I mean, you get comfortable with it. You know the position, you know the footwork. It's, you know, it's what you do.
Little pop up down the right field line. This one is going to be uncatchable. And it's now 0-2.
Then all of a sudden, because of necessity, your manager comes up to you and says, hey, listen, I know you're our first baseman, but do you mind playing left field? There's not a lot of guys that would do it. A lot of guys would say, no, I'm pretty good here. I really don't want to go out and embarrass myself out in left field. Belt, he embraces it. I mean, to him, it's kind of fun.
I believe he's ever said no.
He just goes, gets his glove, straps it on, and heads out to left. We've seen him play right field and Coors Field. So I applaud that.
We saw Nunez do it, although Nunez had a little more experience in left than Belt. Hit on the ground, and Nunez spears this one to his left. Shows a pretty good arm. 2 outs. We haven't seen Nunez just air it out with his arm in a long time, and he did right there.
He's a 5'2" guy. I mean, he's got a lot of talent. And one of the tools, if you're talking about tools, is a guy's arm. And he's got plenty.
So here's Garcia, who rolled out to Christian Arroyo in the third. And this is fouled out of play.
That's a good hack. I mean, you look at him, and if you didn't know him or what he played, what position, and you saw him swing the bat like that, you'd think he was an everyday player. Don't let the 083 fool you.
To Buster Posey. A 9-pitch inning for Cain, and it'll be Ruggiano, Crawford, and Hundley coming up.
authority of the San Francisco Giants and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of San Francisco Giants Baseball Club, LLC.
No score as we head to the bottom half of the 5th inning. Time now for some news for Giants fans. You can stream the Giants on the go this season. You can stream every NBC Sports Bay Area Giants broadcast on your desktop or mobile device. Giants games streamed on the go on the NBC Sports app.
There's an old school jacket, Mikey.
Yep.
I believe we had that one in our lockers.
I think we did.
Here's Ruggiano. Ruggiano rolled out to third. Garcia's been very good. He has not allowed a walk. He's had 3 strikeouts. I can't think of many balls that have been hit hard. He starts out Ruggiano with a strike.
Giants just one hit, and it was kind of a swinging bunt off the bat of Eduardo Nunez in the 1st inning.
They did get Nunez in the scoring position. He immediately stole second. But Belt struck out and Buster Posey rolled out. There's a base hit into left field. So Ruggiano with a leadoff single. Well, it's called a happy hour weekdays. Greg Papa, Ray Ratto, Kelly Johnson. They bring you the happy hour on NBC Sports Bay Area and NBCSportsBayArea.com. Also available to listen live and as a podcast on NBCSportsBayArea.com. So here's Crawford. Crawford rolled out to second in the 2nd.
You might see a play put on here by Bochy. Start Ruggiano.
Healthy rip by Crawford, and it's no balls and 1 strike.
Batting against left-handed pitching, it's always been a strength of his, and this year, I mean, he's really putting up some big numbers against lefties. And I think the reason he is so effective against lefties is a lot of the stuff from lefties is going to wind up middle away, and he covers that very well.
Ruggiano got a late break back, and plus to compound that, he slipped.
Let's take a look at the footwork. No more getting picked off.
No.
That was a big play in yesterday's ball game. The Giants losing.
So 0-2. On deck is Nick Hundley. Crawford skies this one out to left. Kemp got a late break. He eventually comes in to put it away.
Oh boy, Crawford is upset with that one. He got a hanging breaking ball. He thought he should have done more. And I don't think that was an easy pop up either for Kemp. I'm not sure how much that ball he saw up in the dusk.
Tough sky. So here's Hundley. I agree with you. I wouldn't be surprised if Bruce Bochy doesn't do something. Just try to get some of the offense going. Hundley struck out looking in the 2nd.
Garcia's got a good move to first, and he's got a number of moves that he can give you. That was not his A-plus move, but I think it's important if you are a pitcher, especially a lefty, that you have a couple different looks you could give a runner at first base when you're throwing over.
Hundley late, no balls and 1 strike. Christian Arroyo to follow. We're in the 5th. Offense for both teams is consisted of 5 singles and a double, and the double was by Markakis in the 1st. Hundley out of play. It's 0-2. Number of pitches thrown by Garcia is not an issue. The same could be said with Matt Cain.
The beauty of being a sinker baller, you get a lot of quick outs, 3 pitches or less.
Hundley out for the 2nd time, swinging. So here's Arroyo.
Take a look at how Garcia pitched him, and then the payoff pitch, once he had an 0-2 advantage, went down below the strike zone with a breaking ball. Saved that for a 2-strike surprise, and it paid off.
1 for 10. Hundley lifetime now against Garcia. Arroyo hit a fly ball to right field. He's 0 for 1. Bounces this one to second, and that'll end the inning. Giants waste the leadoff single through 5. It stays 0-0. TV Premium is back, and yes indeed, it is better than ever. You can watch every out-of-market regular season game live on over 400 supported devices. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details. See the comparison between these two starters, Cain and Garcia, and everything's pretty close. Cain's going to have to go after the top of the order. That's Ender Inciarte, who's 0 for 2. of play down the left field line, and it's no balls and 1 strike.
Giants shallow up a bit in the outfield. A few steps in against Cincinnati. Great speed. If he finds a gap in this ballpark, always a threat for a triple.
And that's cast high, 2-1. Ruziano partially guarding Triple's alley. Pops him up. Hundley coming back, but it's going to be out of play. It's 2-2.
Look at the home run total for Inciarte. He hit some home runs early in the year, then all of a sudden he started trying to hit them. And his batting average took a nosedive. And of late, he's starting to use the left side of the field again, which is the key to him, like a lot of hitters.
Got him. Let's check in with Amy G.
All right, gentlemen. Well, you guys can attest to this. When the team got in last night from Chicago and came by AT&T Park, they had to do a double take because it kind of looked like a game had just been played. People, taxis, cars, traffic in abundance. It was the 3rd straight year AT&T Park has played host to San Francisco State University's grad night. 35,000 turning out. It was a sea of purple in Gator country, and a special moment for San Francisco native and Grammy Award winner and my mother's favorite, Johnny Mathis. He was awarded the honorary Doctor of Fine Arts, guys.
John Mathis, Johnny Mathis. Like one of the greatest Christmas albums of all time, Johnny Mathis.
The greatest singers of all
time. Come on. Which is outside and low, 1 ball and no strikes.
I think he was on the track team, a high jumper.
Oh, I didn't know who Johnny Mathis was until I left for college. My dad did not have Johnny Mathis playing in the barn, I can tell you that. As this is a fair ball down the left field line off the bat of Phillips. And Phillips is going to have a double. We almost saw a fan make a really bad mistake because that fan would have been kicked out of the game.
It was so close. See Phillips go down to his knee after he swings, but look at it hits just inside the line. And here's the fan you're talking about. Gets over the mound, and he's thinking, I got this one, I got this one. He was going to make the play. He was doing his best to get kicked out of this ballpark.
So here's Markakis. Markakis has hit the ball hard twice. He's doubled and he's lined out to right. So this will be the guy that Kane has to be careful with. But my first roommate in college, I mean, you find out something about guys coming out of high school, right? That they're all going to have their own quirks. He couldn't go to sleep unless he listened to Johnny Mathis. That had to be on at night. So that meant I had to hear it too. And get on the ground to Posey. Turned out I liked it. Became a big Johnny Mathis fan.
How could you not? But San Francisco State Gator.
Here's Kemp. Kemp flied out to left.
It's great as Kemp steps in the batter's box. He gets some boos here. People do not forget if you played for the Dodgers, or if you came up for the Dodgers, or if you were a star with the Dodgers, which Matt Kemp was all of the 3.
Singled in the 4th.
Made no difference that he had a Padre uniform on or a Braves uniform.
Nope.
In their mind, he's a Dodger.
His base hit in the 4th went right past Buster Posey, and he shoots it again that way, but out of play.
He's always had a good ability to go to right field, and with power.
Phillips at third with 2 outs. Hundley has a word. I suppose he came in to eavesdrop. Here's a good look at the plaza.
Seal Plaza, you can see the seal. Respectful of the San Francisco Seals, who preceded the Giants here in San Francisco with a great baseball history, the Pacific Coast League.
I think if I'm going to have something to eat, I'm going back there.
That's a good place.
They got stuff back there that I mean, wherever you go, it's going to be great. But
yeah, the food in this ballpark is fantastic. Get crab sandwiches out there. Get Ghirardelli chocolate.
that's part of your electric chair meal right there.
Go to Murph's Pub and get some pot pies. They're fantastic.
Here's the 1-2 to Kemp, and it's down low, 2-2.
There's the Crazy Crabs shack.
It's like a carnival out there, doesn't it? 2-2 pitch is high, 3-2.
High by design. The one thing about Matt Kemp is he's always expanded the strike zone when he's had runners in scoring position. And it allows you an opportunity, if you got ahead in the count, to go up above the strike zone as Matt Kemp, or as Matt Cain tried to do, or go down and below the strike zone away. He'll chase. He does not want to walk when the runner's at second base or third base.
Hits this up the middle. And that'll end the inning. Nice job by Matt Cain. Cain will lead things off. Then it's the top of the order. Yes, I want to get that.
Bay Area is brought to you by the all-new 2017 Chrysler Pacifica. By AAA. Get a free Giants welcome mat. Go to AAA.com/Giants or to a AAA branch for details. By Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. By Jack in the Box. Come try the new sweet or spicy barbecue bacon cheeseburger and chicken sandwich. Limited time only. And by Heffernan Insurance Brokers. Insurance and financial services for you and your business. Visit hefins.com.
Matt Cain to lead it off here in the bottom of the 6th. And he drives one foul. That's the second ball that Matt Cain has hit well foul. And it's no balls and 1 strike. Ah, the old equalizer.
The curveball. Well, it's Friday night. It's fun at the yard. The kids are fired up. We're getting closer and closer to summer vacation. It's a great time of year if you're a kid.
1-2. Tap foul.
Pretty good hack at that curveball.
Kane is 2 for 14. Little pop-up foul down the right field line.
Got a man making a play.
Oh, the slide.
Slide under the Coke bottle in the left field. I don't know if they're observing the one slider at a time rule.
Yeah, you just can't be hanging on each other when you go down. Got him. 5 strikeouts, and here's Span. Span has bounced out twice. Trying to get on for Nunez. This is a 0-0 ball game. Giants only have 2 hits in this game. Span shoots it up the middle, and now the Giants have 3 hits in this game. That go between his legs?
Right between the wickets. And I got to tell you, it is one of the weirdest feelings ever when you're on the mound and a guy hits one between your legs. Woo!
He almost came up with it.
We talked about how square he is to home plate when he finishes throwing the ball, but that is not a good feeling.
Well, remember, Nunez stole second base easily in the first inning. See if Span has any thoughts of doing it. He doesn't have any steals this year. He's been thrown out twice.
Well, with Tyler Flowers not having a good arm, it's a pretty good chance you're going to see Span try and steal here.
Fouled out of play. No balls and 1 strike.
The other thing, too, and this is one thing we've learned with Bruce Bochy over the years, if you get a sinker baller out there, a guy who's putting a lot of balls on the ground like Garcia is doing, he'll start the runner.
Yep.
He wants to stay out of that double play.
Belt on deck. We're in the 6th.
Great looking at Tyler Flowers, the catcher for the Braves, and you see the toe extensions he has on his shin pads. I mean, those toe guards. I think he needs to get the toenail clippers and shorten those up a little bit.
It looks like that. Up high.
Pat Hoberg, first base umpire, saying, "Yeah, I don't think he swung at that one." He wanted to. He tried.
One and one. Keep an eye on Span. Pop back and out of play. It's 1-2.
He's having a word with himself. When you get so used to seeing 90-mile-an-hour sink down around the knees, that when Garcia changes the sight lines and he comes in with a cut fastball in on your hands and you're hitting from the right side, it's not easy to get the barrel of the bat head on that ball. He breaks a lot of bats on the hands. It's a good pitch.
One, two. On the ground, this could be a pair. And it's going to be nothing. Ruiz knocked it down, and that's the best he could do. It'll be a hit.
I think the Braves' only chance for an out was going to be Ruiz, and you're going to take everything you can get going to your left as a third baseman. Looking at it from that angle, maybe Swanson would have had a play at second base. But you take all that you can get, hits him low in the heel of the glove, so he never had that ball come close to the sweet spot of that glove. It's a base hit.
So it was a bit of an overdive, and here's Belt. Belt is 0 for 2. Giants have good speed on the bases here in the 6th. And Belt fouls it back. He got a breaking ball.
And he had both cheeks into that swing. Think about Brandon Belt. I mean, he's a little different than most sluggers in that he can hurt you on his front foot. He gets a lot of front foot base hits, and he's got front foot power. But he had back leg into that swing.
Hit on the ground. Adams spins around, and they got him. Last year, Belt would have beat it out. I think that extra weight that Adams lost made him a little bit quicker on this.
Well, how close was it? He got him. Good play. Remember, Adams lost about 30 pounds. And last year, Belt would have beaten him to the bag.
So here's Buster Posey. Buster's going to be walked intentionally. And Ruggiano is going to hit.
That's the first walk of the game from anybody.
Ruggiano singled in the 5th inning.
Little hidden ball trick. All right, watch him take the ball. Yeah, ball. Let's just see if he can do the old hidden ball trick. What do you think?
First pitch to Ruggiano with the bases loaded. Down low, 1 ball and no strikes.
So got the ball in the glove, just got to come back, be cool. Hoping he takes a step off. Hey, 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 hey. Timeout was called. Everything was good except timeout was still in effect.
Slowly hit. And that'll end the inning. Giants leave him loaded. It remains 0-0.
good old-fashioned pitch and duel, and let's take a look at the two principal actors in tonight's pitching matchup. Jaime Garcia, 6 innings, 4 hits, 5 strikeouts, 71 pitches. Kane with 6 innings pitched, 5 hits allowed, 3 strikeouts, no walks, and only 1 3-ball count, and that all on 75 pitches. So both pitchers being very efficient. It has been all about pitching, and that is our Toyota game summary.
So Matt Adams will lead things off. It'll be Adams, Flowers, and Ruiz. And a first pitch grounder foul. Adams with a single past Buster Posey in the 4th inning. This pitch is high. 77 pitches for Matt Cain here in the 7th inning. 1 and 2.
Good changeup. Throw it again. That's a good one.
Off the end of the bat, Nunez got him.
Well, time now for our Togo's big play the Togo's way, and Tyler Flower hits into a 5-4-3 double play with runners on in the 1st and 3rd to end with runners on 1st and 3rd, and this ends the threat in the 4th. This was the biggest play in the game. And Matt Cain, remember when he first got to the big leagues, he was a high fastball, fly ball, strikeout pitcher, and he has learned to get the ground ball, and he got one there, and that's our Togo's big play.
So Flowers 1 for 2. Here he takes a breaking ball up and in. Outside corner, 1 ball and 1 strike. And that next pitch is down low. 2 balls and 1 strike. So now Flowers works it to 3 balls and 1 strike.
Talking about this being Matt Cain's 12th year at the big league level. And a lot of things that were introduced to him when he first got to the big leagues, you know, it didn't make a lot of sense to him. Say, why learn a 2-seam fastball? I could throw a 4-seam fastball right by you. Well, maybe somewhere down the road you might need it. You may need to pitch for a ground ball. I mean, and these are little lessons that you learn. And remember, he was in the big leagues at 20 years old. Now he learned those lessons well and has applied them beautifully throughout his career.
Hit on the ground towards the hole and a base hit. So Flowers with a C-nice single is aboard for Ruiz.
I always say your education really starts when you get to the big leagues. As hard as it is to get here, the old saying is it's harder to stay here. And that's what you have to do. You got to learn once you get here and apply.
Ruiz is bounced out and flied out. Here he shoots it foul and out of play. All right, ended up in the right hands.
Psyched. That's the same smile he'll have when he goes to sleep tonight.
It's a good shot. Buster Posey picks it up. He's going to step on the bag. Ruiz hit it hard. Flowers goes down to second.
Well, I'm sure Buster's a little disappointed because he thought he may have had a chance for 2 when that ball was hit. Just the speed of the ball. By the way, if you're an infielder, you're thinking double play. But once you don't get it cleanly, the one thing you have to do is you've got to get it out.
Yep.
Pick it up with your bare hand.
So the walk to Swanson. And Garcia's going to hit. So both walks in this game have been intentional walks. Garcia is rolled out twice. The last time he rolled out was to Buster Posey. So, mentioned it. He's a pretty good hitter. Taps it foul and it's 0-1.
That's a good hack.
So you do have to pitch him like he's a number 3 hitter.
Yeah, and he's not the kind of guy you can just flop a curveball over and think you can just lay it out in the middle of the strike zone. I mean, it's got to have location on it. The point you make is you got to pitch him like a number 3 hitter is exactly the point. And you've got to make good location pitches whatever you throw up there.
Pickoff play, not in time.
Okay, look at this one. Von Wotus waiting from Sean Dunston and Chad Chop. And this could have been a quick no. Close. But no cigar.
On the ground and a base hit, and here comes Belt. Belt's got a good arm. His throw is, well, it hits the runner, and now the back runner is going to try to score. Kane to Hundley, and everybody scores. And it's 2-0.
Yeah. Garcia, true to the scout report, opposite field single, and here's a tough error from Brandon Bell. It's a single and RBI, then an error which allows the back runner to score. So the Braves catch a couple breaks on this situation, but you go back to the one big thing about this at bat, and it was Jaime Garcia hitting like he hits third in the lineup, putting the Braves on top.
So here's Inciarte. Inciarte is 0 for 3. And it's fouled out of play, and it's 0-1.
So now if you're Matt Cain, it's minimize the damage. And very quickly the Giants have their bullpen up and throwing.
And the next pitch is high. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Ryan Morris, the right-hander, Josh Osich, the lefty.
And a little flare, and it'll be Arroyo who leaps and makes the catch, and that'll end the inning. So Garcia helps himself. It's 2-0 Atlanta. Tomorrow's starters, it'll be Mike Foltynewicz, very hard thrower, going against Ty Block, who is coming off a great start in Chicago. Foltynewicz is 3-4. Block is 2-2. You can see the strikeouts. Big difference in strikeouts. 37 for Foltynewicz, only 14 for Block. Two guys that pitch completely different, but both can be successful. So here it's a 2-0 lead. Giants have 9 more outs. Very disappointed that it was Jaime Garcia who gets the base hit to give the Braves the lead.
Well, it does make you scratch your head if you're the skipper. But I mean, I don't think there's another manager in all of baseball that wouldn't have done the same thing. You have an 8th place hitter, everyday shortstop. You got an open base. You want to pitch to the pitcher. I mean, I don't care how good of a hitter the pitcher is. I mean, you're going to put the pressure on the hitter. And to Garcia's credit, he came through.
So here's Crawford. Crawford to lead things off. He's 0 for 2. Braves now are going to get some action down in their bullpen. It's nice to actually see people in the bullpen. We're in Chicago. You just didn't. You had to get all the information about who was thrown in the bullpen from other people.
Something that the Giants bullpen guys are talking about today. They didn't like it. They missed the roar of the crowd, the feeling of the crowd. When you're in those bullpens underneath the bleachers in Wrigley Field, you don't hear that.
Don't you need a little adrenaline if you're in the bullpen?
Absolutely. And I mean, if you're a visiting player in the bullpen, you get up, they start hooting on you, that pumps you up.
A strike to Crawford. It's 3-1. Giants take a base runner here any way they can. Three and 2. They had a great opportunity in the 6th. They let that one slide away. Guy who had great stuff yesterday, Jeff Samardzija. What did he get out of the deal? He got the L.
Well, he's about as snake bit as you could be. He's pitched the ball very well in 2 months, and he's got 1 win to show for it.
And a base runner.
A leadoff base runner. Second walk from Garcia, and that's the first walk that wasn't an intentional walk. And with that, Jose Ramirez starts to crank it up a little bit louder in the bullpen for the Braves.
Chuck Hernandez. To give his bullpen a little chance to get going. The bullpen for the Giants, Brian Morris, is back up throwing, and that's in case Matt Cain's spot comes up and the Giants need to use a pinch hitter. Aaron Hill was activated today. Oakert was sent back to Sacramento. Giants have 1 lefty, and that's Josh Osich in the bullpen. Six right-handers. Hundley is not figured out Garcia. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Crawford with his lead. On the ground, foul. Giants' second time in this game they've had the leadoff hitter on. They Had the leadoff hitter on in the 5th when Ruggiano singled, but the next 3 Giants were retired. So Matt Adams in conversation with Jaime Garcia, a couple of old Cardinals communicating.
You know, always the threat of starting a runner, but Hundley tonight with 2 strikeouts, you've got to anticipate contact from your hitter.
Yeah, like right there.
Like right there. You want to start a runner, but are you going to get a strike? Are you going to get some contact? All things that weigh in the mind of Bruce Bochy.
Two and one.
And all of a sudden, Garcia is starting to lose the feel of fastball a little bit. And Ian Kroll now joins Ramirez, the left-hander. So we get a lot of action going on.
Keep an eye on Crawford. He does not go, and it's high 3-1.
It's almost like he doesn't want to throw a strike.
Well, if you're Bruce Bochy, now you're thinking that Garcia probably will come into the strike zone here. Hit out into right center field. Inciarte got a good jump, so he's going to track it down. It helped that Inciarte was shading Hundley towards Triple's alley, and that'll bring up Christian Arroyo.
See the pitches by innings for Garcia. I mean, it really has only gone deep one time, and then 17 pitches. It really isn't that deep. Ideally, you want to be 15 or less. So he has been very economical with his pitches all night.
So here's Arroyo. Shoots this one on the ground to the right side. They'll get the lead there, and that's it. So Morris is going to hit.
We think.
Are they looking at something that happened at second?
Well, they think there may be a little bit of a bobble with Dansby Swanson, the Braves shortstop.
So now they're just going to announce Morris.
See the shovel right here. Watch the exchange. Definitely was solid. They did indeed make contact with the bag. So now comes Brian Snitker. And we're going to see Jose Ramirez.
So new pitcher when it's time for a change. Thanks Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change tune-up and smog experts. Here's your new pitcher. It's Jose Ramirez, and he's going to be facing Michael Morris, who represents the tying run.
You're going to see power on power. Jose Ramirez has got a great fastball. It goes mid to high 90s, and he's got a great changeup to go with it. 19 strikeouts in 21 2/3 against 6 walks. Just 18 base runners allowed in 21 2/3.
So Morris is going to let it rip right out the get-go.
He's going to hunt for a fastball.
And this is hit right off the glove of Ramirez, and on one pitch that'll end the inning. We will head to the 8th. Giants will have a new pitcher. It's 2-0 Braves. More time on the Giants television network. We'll be back with you on NBC Sports Bay Area Sunday afternoon with a 1 o'clock pregame live at noon, and then the final game of this series. You can see Giants games available to stream live on the NBC Sports app, and if you want to check out Alex Pavlovich, check out NBCSportsBayArea.com. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change tune-up and smog experts.
So Brian Morris, the new pitcher now for Bruce Bochy. 10th time he's come into a game, and he's done a very nice job. Really has only had one bad outing, and one thing that Brian Morris will bring into a game is ground balls. He's got a good sinker, good ball and a slider to combo it. Strike thrower.
And a strike, and it's 0-1. Markakis and then Kemp. Always ceases to amaze me that guys like Jaime Garcia, somehow the Giants bring out the best in that guy.
Well, he came into this game with a 3-1 lifetime record and an ERA in the 2s, so you know he's had some ownage on San Francisco, and he was good tonight. Very solid outing from the Braves lefty.
One and two.
You pitch against a guy like Brandon Phillips, and you are acutely aware of the bat wag. I mean, that's a lot of movement from a bat head. I mean, it goes way behind his head, way out over the plate, back. I mean, you see that stuff. But when that front foot goes down, those hands are in a good position.
Ruggiano way out into Triples Alley is going to put it away. Let's check in with Amy G.
All right, guys. Well, fans have been very aware that Christian Arroyo is going through quite a skid at the plate. I'm going to spit it out. Don't worry. But what has impressed Bruce Bochy the most about Christian Arroyo struggling at the plate is he has not taken it into the field, and it has not affected his glove defensively. I talked to Arroyo about it today, and he said, you know, I've never really been that kind of guy. I don't pout or complain because when I'm out there on defense, the person that it can affect the most is the guy pitching for him, and he doesn't want to damage that relationship. You got to give 100% when you're out there behind your pitcher, guys.
Well, that doesn't always true, and I tip my cap to the kid. How many times do we see Jack Clark stand out in right field in his hitting stance while you
should drive me crazy. He's not thinking about, well, he was a great outfielder, though. I mean, but he definitely at times would be thinking about his mechanics.
Well, not just him. I mean, just use him as an example. 2 balls and no strikes to Nick Markakis.
But you really have to have 2 switches. You have to have one for offense and one for defense.
That's why we admire Buster Posey. I mean, he's really never allowed to take his offense behind the plate.
Saw Josh Osich and Arodys Vizcaíno.
Strike to Markakis with Kemp to follow.
I mean, it's a team sport. I mean, you're with these guys from February all the way to hopefully deep into fall. And the one thing you do not want to do is get a label that you're an eye guy, that you're not a good teammate.
So the walk.
And like Christian Arroyo said, I have a relationship with that pitcher. I owe it to him to not think about the fact that I'm in a bit of a slump. I need to go out and play good defense. And I always liked the philosophy you had as a player. When you weren't hit, you were going to take hits away as a defensive player.
Here's Kemp. Kemp is 1 for 3. Adams on deck. We're in the 8th inning. Giants trail by 2. Two games in Chicago, the Giants were in this spot in the game, and the Cubs added on. And it really made the last 2 innings really difficult to come back. And that's what Morris is trying to prevent here in the 8th inning. And it's down low, 1 ball and 1 strike.
One thing about Matt Kemp, when we talked about his inside-out abilities, you can see the right side of the infield with that big hole with Buster Posey holding the runner on, and Arroyo, the second baseman, playing Kemp to slightly pull, so he's close to second base. That's a big opening over there for a guy who's got an inside-out approach. That definitely rocks you if you're a pitcher.
Yeah, look, if pitcher is holding it a long time, then I'm okay with it, but I don't think Morris held on to it very long. One ball and 1 strike. Orange Friday.
You can see the direction of the outfield hits that Kemp has this year, and it's just a testimony to line-to-line approach. Hits the ball to right field well, hits the ball to left field well. He's got power in all fields.
And that's going to score it away from Hundley. Hundley's going to go out and have a word. It's going to be a pass ball.
Well, this is one that I think that easily could have been called a wild pitch. They set the target away see how wide he's sitting, and that ball takes off of it. I don't, it could be called either way. If you're a pitcher, I always thought if you could go up to the official scorekeeper after the game and say, I think that's a wild pitch, and take a pass ball away from your catcher, you've done a good thing. Because pass balls hurt catchers.
That's one where it's only natural for Hundley to think and maybe look at the official score like, you tried to catch that.
Clearly, you've never caught before.
3-1 to Kemp. And on the ground to Nunez. Nunez will check the runner and throw. See what Bruce Bochy does with Matt Adams coming. And they're going to walk him. I'm okay with the send them on down the line.
Well, it does speed the game up, no doubt. But that one time every 3 years where the guy goes out there and he throws one up halfway to the backstop like we saw last year in New York with Dylan Betances. I mean, to me, that's entertainment.
That happened in the playoff game against the Nationals, right? Didn't Buster get thrown out?
Yeah. So, I mean, it isn't that easy. And for some guys, it's impossible.
Here's Flowers. Flowers is 2 for 3. You really can't change it and go back the other way because pitchers haven't worked on it.
I don't think it's going to get changed.
I think it's more important to be able to get the phones to work in the ballpark from the clubhouse to the dugout. And I think maybe they ought to try to clear that up. Little pop-up straight back and out of play.
Well, that was the case yesterday in Wrigley Field when Sean Dunston was up and he was reviewing replay, and there was a play in question early in the game on a ball that the Giants thought was interfered with. It was called a home run. But when Sean Dunston tried to call the dugout, the phone wasn't working. Unbelievable.
So he put his sprinter shoes on and was about a minute late. Trying to get down to the clubhouse.
Well, that's in his defense.
He tried.
You do get half-day meal money going from the clubhouse to the dugout in Wrigley Field.
It's a maze. On the ground in Crawford. And the throw is wide, and Buster Posey applies the tag. And that's going to end the inning. So maybe that'll get the offense going. And it will be the top of the order coming up. It's 2-0 Atlanta.
On Monday, you can see the National League first place Washington Nationals coming to AT&T Park. And Monday, Memorial Day, will be a 105 start. And then Tuesday and Wednesday will be 7:15 starts. And you can always get tickets at sfgiants.com. Dusty Baker bringing his Nationals into San Francisco. Here we're going to the bottom of the 8th inning. It is 2-0 Braves.
And a new pitcher when it's time for a change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change tune-up and smog experts.
So Arodys Vizcaíno, the new pitcher, take a look at his numbers. 21 strikeouts in 19 1/3. That's 18 base runners in 19 1/3. You got a lot of quality arms at the back end of this Braves bullpen.
Span singled in the 6th. Here he takes a pitch low.
And with Vizcaíno, you're going to see a fastball that's high 90s. Good hard curveball, a changeup. I mean, just great stuff. And that's 97 miles per hour. That fastball is our fast pitch, brought to you by Xfinity, the fastest Wi-Fi at home and on the go.
One ball and one strike. Low.
And that's the curveball we're talking about. And that's 85 miles per hour, but you're talking about an acute 12-6 break with the ability to put it on both sides of the plate. This guy's got great stuff.
Span fouls it back. It's 2-2. All right, gamer baby, and it's this girl's first game. All right, well, see if the Giants can score 4 runs for that baby's first game. 2 balls, 2 strikes. All back.
Back into the Braves pen with Ramirez and Vizcaíno and Johnson. I mean, those are 3 power arms. What you get these last couple innings against the Braves, you have to earn.
Span trying to open up the inning by reaching in a 2-0 game with the Braves on top. This is hit out to right field, but it's going to be Markakis who'll put it away. 1 out.
Take a look at the play that ended for the Braves. A hot one-hopper coming up to Crawford, and he very quickly gets rid of the ball. He does go up the line, but Posey plenty of time. But look at the athleticism, and very quickly getting set to get the ball over to Posey. One thing about a first baseman, if that ball goes to your left, you know where the runner is. All you have to do is just catch the ball and drop it in the path of the runner. He's going to run into the out. Nice play.
Here's Nunez. Nunez has a couple of hits. And he takes a strike.
George Cantos starting to get heated up.
Belt to follow. Giants need a base runner to get the tying run up. And this is popped, and it's straight back and out of play. So Vizcaíno with an 0-2 count. Hit on the ground to third. Adams digs it out, 2 down. And here's Belt. Belt tonight is struck out, bounced out twice. Buster Posey's on deck. And he takes low, 1 ball and no strikes. Giants have 4 hits in this game. No extra base hits.
Yeah, that's what they're looking for right now, a jolt of lightning.
And he was the count.
You're not looking for that in a 1-0 count. Campos, Melanson. Just an extra base hit, a gap or a double, anything to get that alarm clock going off in that Giants dugout.
Belt, who's very good at taking a walk. Ahead in the count, now 2 balls and 1 strike. Three and one.
They'll take any base runner they can get. Posey, a very good fastball hitter.
And the walk.
Great at bat. So right now, a walk's a rally. Setting it up for Posey.
Buster tonight is bounced out and flied out. Likes hard throwers. He's going to get one here. Pulls this one on the ground, foul.
He was looking for gas and got it. Flowers wanted a fastball. This guy shook it off. He wanted the breaking ball.
In the dirt, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Pitcher has final veto power over what gets called in most instances.
Belt with his lead. He's not going anywhere. It's 1-1 to Buster Posey. 2 balls and 1 strike.
That's a healthy fastball. Trying to wrap it around that outside corner.
Yep. Popped it up. This is going to be a long run for somebody, and it's going to fall foul. So it's 2-2 as Buster will return back to home plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes. This crowd of over 41,000 trying to help Buster Posey along. Rolls it to third. And that'll end the inning. 9th inning coming up. All-Star Teacher, and it's brought to you by Provident Credit Union. It is the 11th season of the NBC Sports Bay Area All-Star Teacher program, recognizing teachers that make a difference. The winner receives $20,000 for his or her school. NBCSportsBayArea.com/AST. 2-0. Braves. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change, tune-up, and smog experts.
22nd time that George Contos has come into a game for the Giants this year. Take a look at the numbers. ERA of 4.50. 19 strikeouts, almost a strikeout an inning.
Here's Ruiz, who swings and misses, and it's 0-1. Ruiz tonight 0 for 3. 0-2.
Good two-seam fastball. Nice two-pitch combo. And I think that's what he has to do. He's Xing that outside corner with movement on the first pitch slider and then throwing a two-seamer moving away, basically forming an X on 2 pitches.
And it's high, 1-2.
The thing about Contos, I mean, he's got a very compact delivery. It's a delivery that allows him to command the corners. And I think as he goes forward, he's going to learn to X both sides of the plate with that slider fastball combination.
Got him.
And a well-placed 1-2 slider below the zone. So Contos carves up the rookie Rio Ruiz. And watch the way, there's the X we're talking about. The slider, fastball, fastball, and then he gets a 1-2 and drops a breaking ball underneath the strike zone to get him out. Good pitch.
Here's Swanson. Swanson's 0 for 2. On the ground to third. Nunez kicks it. So Swanson's aboard on the air.
So don't ever call a routine ground ball. Ball just hits off a little finger of the glove.
Here's Danny Santana.
And that's all it takes.
Santana is a switch hitter, hitting .095. He's 2 for 21. So Contos tried to pitch through the air.
Yeah, I think that's the one thing. When you're a young pitcher, you can fall victim mentally to an error. Get into the woe is me mode, and you just can't do that.
Big swing and a miss. No balls and 1 strike.
Up at the big league level, I mean, it really is an opportunity for you to endear yourself to your teammate. You pick up Eduardo Nunez right here, and you get out of this inning without that run scoring, guess what? He's going to feel like he owes you somewhere down the line.
Swing and a miss. Hundley thought that it might be that Swanson was going to take off. It's 0-2.
You know, and it's just another little example that you can show your teammates that you're mentally tough. You can bow your neck and pitch through that air.
Swanson's got 1 steal. So Contos pauses right above the belt. And this is rolled to Buster Posey. Steps on the bag and a double play. Nice play. It'll go 3-6 on the double play. And now the Giants need 2 to tie and 3 to go home.
Nice job, Contos.
You're going to get highlights, reaction, and you get analysis, and it's all coming up for 1 full hour after the game. 2-0 Atlanta. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change tune-up and smog experts.
So Jim Johnson, the closer for the Braves, coming in now, trying to close this one out. 2-1 on the year with a 3.66 ERA. He's got 9 saves and 12 opportunities. Good numbers, 20 base runners and 19 2/3, 20 strikeouts against 4 walks, which is really a high strikeout ratio, strikeout to walks for a sinker baller. You're going to see mid-90s fastballs from Johnson. He's right with a high release. He's got a curveball to go with that fastball, but lots of sink.
Has he been up and down the last 3 or 4 years?
There was a time with Baltimore he was premier.
Strike to Ruggiano. It was a disaster with the A's.
Well, the A's get him after 2 years with Baltimore. He had 50 saves and 51 saves. They get him, and it never happened in Oakland for him.
Out of play, 0-2.
That year in Oakland, in 38 appearances, he had a 7.14 ERA. But he has righted the ship. He's got more command of that sinker.
One and two to Ruggiano with Crawford. And then Hundley.
I mean, you have 2 years back to back where you go 51, 50 saves. I mean, that's, you're setting yourself apart from the rest of the herd.
Stays alive. He just got a piece.
But as we know, this game can humble you. You think you're on top of the world, all of a sudden, whoop, they can all change in a hurry, especially if you're a pitcher.
And that's out number one.
Now Ruggiano thought that ball was low. Take a look at it. I think he's got a pretty good point. I mean, that's right at the base of the strike zone at 94.
So here's Crawford. Crawford is 0 for 2. He drew a walk in his last at bat. And here he takes down low. Crawford takes low again. Crawford trying to reach, and there's that low strike for Hundley, and then Arroyo.
Yeah, I guarantee Ruggiano from the Giants dugout watching from the side was screaming on that 2-0 fastball, saying that 2 was low.
Crawford up the middle, and it's speared by Johnson, and it's 2 down. Not sure it would have gotten by Phillips, but it had a shot. So here's Hundley. Hundley trying to save the day. Hundley is 0 for 3.
You see a guy who's throwing mid-90 sink, you're not thinking about a first pitch curveball. It's such a great way to steal a strike.
And that he did. Giants lose tonight. They're going to be 11-11 at home. It's 2 balls and a strike. Joe Panik has come out on deck.
Looking for some 2-out thunder here. They need a base runner. Giants have not been able to take advantage of this Friday night crowd. They have not been able to get them into it.
Wrapped on the ground foul. The opportunity in the 6th. The runners at 2nd and 3rd with 2 outs. The Braves walked Buster Posey, and then Ruggiano bounced out on 1 pitch. And that's the ball game. So game one of this homestand goes to the Atlanta Braves, and when you start looking at how some of these losses have happened, here's another way to lose when Jaime Garcia gets the base hit to beat him.
Well, and that's going to be very frustrating for Bruce Bochy, but the offense right now is absolutely beside themselves. They just cannot get an inning going. They can't get the big hit, and then now they're having problems setting the table. I mean, Jaime Garcia tonight was very good, and he was very good in two regards, with the bat and with his arm. So
here at AT&T Park, game one of this 3-game series goes to the Braves. Final score, Braves 2, Giants nothing. Stay tuned. Esurance Giants post-game live starts right now.